So today I want to show you a few marking tools. It's the Narex Wheel gauge, the Narex Marking Knife and the Hedue Try Square. And what we want to do, we want to mark out a recess in that beam for another beam to slide in like that and sit nicely in that housing. So the cross beam which goes into there, it's 68 mil, and I have already marked the 68 mil, and the depth of it is 42. But instead of setting my marking tool on 42 using the scale, all I do is I loosen the screw, I put the guide on top of my piece, and I drop the pin with the knife down, and then I tighten it. So because the knife, the wheel sits right at the end, I've got automatically the thickness of the timber, the 42 mil from the knife to the guide. So I tighten my screw, and that gives me the 42 mil. Lines up here, the 68. I use the Try Square, just sit hard up against there. I draw the lines a bit longer than what I need them eventually, deeper than the 42 mil on both sides. Gives me the two lines. Now the next thing would be I take the marking gauge, and don't worry about the knife, just focus on having the guide nicely against the timber, and I run it along there without too much pressure. You rather go a few times. I go close to the edge, and then the last bit I turn. That gives me a bit more control over the tool. I do it 2-3 times, so it gives me a nice deep line. So that's the depths. Now this side, now that I have a reference point how deep I have to go, I use the Try Square again, put it hard up against that mark there, and with the knife I go from my depths 42 mil, and I mark it down there. Like having lines in there, marks, helps you with the chisel because it gives you already a nice starting point, so it's not quite as hard to set the chisel right in the beginning. And that's it. So that's marked out and ready to be chiseled out.